You can see we have, drumroll please, another built-in mic. Two of our most popular cameras here at Nelly Security just got a brand new update, and in this episode of Nelly's News, I'm going to show you all the new features of our R-Series 5 megapixel Vandal dome and 8 megapixel turret. Hey guys, it's Tyler from Nelly Security, and today we're going to be looking at the updates to two of our R-Series cameras, the M5VD and the M8T. Those original models have been discontinued and replaced by the M5VD-2 and the M8T-2. First, let's take a look at this 5 megapixel Vandal dome. Now, this is one of our most popular cameras of all time, and now that the second model is out, there are a few differences here that I want to let you know about. The first difference is pretty obvious just by looking at it. There is no built-in junction box with this new camera. Here I have an original 5 megapixel Vandal dome from R-Series, and you can see that it came with this handy junction box built right into the camera's body. Whether you wanted a junction box or not, it came built in. There was nothing really you could do about it. The M5VD-2 is a solid camera body. There is no built-in junction box, but you can purchase a junction box for this separately. At the time of this recording, we do not have those in stock yet, but we will have them in stock very soon. So be sure to check the description below to see if we have links to the junction box. If we don't have that link down there yet, we will have it very soon. So be sure to check back often or subscribe to our newsletter so you know as soon as we have those in. That's really the only downside to this new camera. Everything else is awesome. Check it out. You see this little dot right here? That's right. That's a built-in microphone. It's the first time we've seen this on an R-Series camera, and be sure to stick around to the end of this video because we're going to be testing out these mics so you can hear exactly what they sound like. Under the dome here, we have a couple of other new features. We have a reset button, which is cool to see on an R-Series camera. And we also have a MicroSD card. When it comes to video, this does have a slightly higher frame rate. It shoots at 20 frames per second. The original Vandal dome shot video at 15 frames per second. So this is going to be a little bit smoother. Finally, the last difference, and it's not really something you're going to be able to tell, this does have a slightly wider field of view at 97 degrees. Whereas the original Vandal dome had a field of view of 92 degrees. Again, you're not really going to notice that, but I do want to be comprehensive here. Another thing to note about this camera is that the default port is now 9000 instead of 7050. That's going to be important when you add this to your mobile device or to the cam viewer application on your desktop computer. All of our original R-Series cameras had a port of 7050, so that's what the apps default to. The newer cameras have ports of 9000. Next, let's take a look at this turret. As far as form factor goes, it looks exactly like the original turret. Almost everything is the same, with a couple of important updates. First, right here on the lens, if I can get the camera to focus, you can see we have, drumroll please, another built-in mic. And the cool thing about the turret is that the microphone is right here on the lens. So wherever the lens is pointing, that's also where the microphone's going to be pointing. Now let's take a look on the inside. This turret does have a microSD card slot as well, but it is a little bit harder to get to just because you do have to open up the camera to find it. So I just unscrewed that sleeve, took the ball out of the socket, and now you just need a tiny screwdriver to get in there and take out these screws. Now be careful lifting this up because those screws are tiny and you will lose them. I know this because I lost them the first time I did this. I'm losing them again. And there we go. We've got all of that beautiful wiring and circuitry on the inside. And if you look closely, we also have a microSD card slot. These cameras can hold up to 128 gigabytes of onboard storage. So built-in microphone, microSD card slot. Other than that, the specs on this camera are essentially the same. It does still have a 15 frames per second frame rate. But again, like the Vandal dome, the default port has changed from 7050 to 9000 for this new turret. So that's it for all the differences with these new cameras. I'm going to go ahead and get these plugged in and set up on our network so that we can test out the built-in microphone.
Testing 1, 2, 3. This is Tyler from Nelly Security, and you are listening to the built-in audio on the M5VD-2. Hey there, it's Tyler from Nelly Security, and you are listening to the audio from this microphone built directly into this R-Series 4K 8-megapixel turret, the M8T-2.
Alright guys, that is it for this episode of Nelly's News. Check out the links in the description below if you want to learn more about these cameras. I have the product pages linked down there. We also have a blog post that walks you through all of these changes. If you still have any questions, please let us know. You can give us a call, send us an email, leave a comment down below. We're always happy to help you out. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of Nelly's News, and I will see you next time. You see this little dot right here? Come on, let's do this. Now let's take this dome up. Whoa. Now let's take this dome. Now let's take this dome off of the camera and I will show you something else. Just focus on my finger. Focus on my finger. You see this little dot right here? That's right. That's a built-in microphone.